Welcome, all of you, to this beautiful May the 28th. It's very sunny here in Las Vegas, and I was out on the river kayaking last Saturday and actually got sunburned. So prove that it's very hot here. So welcome to our members meeting today. And we're delighted that Manu is here today to share with us some ideas. But start with, I want to welcome Patty and offer our condolences yet again to you, my dear. And we're all thinking of you. When our loved ones move on to heaven, as you will know, they're there to guide us. So they're always with us. And thank you to Marty for being here, even though he's on his amazing USA tour, which we'll hear about soon. And thank you, Isiak, for being here as looking after the people coming in and also guiding me. And we just got Brittany coming in. That's wonderful. Welcome, Brittany. Quanta. So we've got a very lovely audience here now. And I think we're going to literally go straight into understanding more about the magic of life. It started by inviting Manu to come and share his experiences and his service projects and everything that he's doing. And we kind of acquired the title of your conversation with us, Manu, for the whole meeting. And as we know, is that the theme for Rotary International from July the 1st, when Patty takes on the helm here, is about the magic of Rotary. And magic is a particularly important word for me because I run magical conversations, which I will share a little bit about. And for me, there is magic in the world. There is things that we can do to change sometimes the rather intolerable destruction and nightmare news that we see on our screens. So having an idea of looking at magic today, I'm incredibly delighted to invite Manu. So I think we're going to go straight into it. Manu's going to show us some of the things that he's been working on, and he's coming in from New Delhi. And we're absolutely delighted to have you here. And we were just talking before we started, and he said the idea about how do we keep the whole world running. I love that, Manu. I think that there's a lot of factors to how we keep the whole world running. I suppose it's a bit like a car. You know, if you don't put petrol in the car, or you don't service it, or you don't make sure that I don't know what's in the engine anymore, spark plugs or whatever, then the car won't run. And there's lots of things about running the world that we as Rotarians can really take notice of. So I'm going to hand over to Manu. He's going to show us some videos and pictures. So I want you to really get engaged with what your questions are going to be for Manu when he gets to the end of his reflections. So before you start, Manu, I want to just ask Patty, if there, as our new president coming in, if we'd like to just say a couple of words before we get going. Patty.
Well, thank you, first of all, Pauline, as we are getting close to the end of your presidency. I find it really big shoes to fill, coming in after you and Marty. However, it's an honor. It's an honor. And I want to say thank you for really always holding it together and really keeping us in line. Again, together we all rise. I love that we always remember the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair? Does it build goodwill and friendships? And does it benefit all concerned? That's always something really important that we check off all the boxes. Otherwise, we don't do a deal of any kind. So I love always being reminded of that. I'm excited to celebrate the coming new year. It's really our club's first live celebration, even though we're going to be hybrid, which is exciting too, making it extraordinarily special. So I'm really excited about groundbreaking work. And I do want to also ask you while I'm here, about the awards. Have you decided about the awards? And if you could share a little bit more about that at some point before I I
Yeah,
take over the
yeah.
reign. So
Well,
just that, and that's all. I love you guys and thank you for all the love and support.
yeah. So behind the scenes, Shankar and I are working on that, and we'll share some of that later on. So thank you, Patty. Yes. So let's take Manu to the stage and give you the floor, Manu.
Thanks, Pauline. And I think it's nice to connect with all the old colleagues and fellow Rotarians after a long time, catching up with Marty, Patty, and since the time when the Rotary Club of Global Impact get formed, then Shankar, Istag, all joining in, new coming in. I think it's a good journey. And really, it's nice to see the way the club is moving. And it's a good opportunity for all of us to share our ideas, share our thoughts, and the best part of the Rotary is that I think just putting it as being saying that we are Rotarians, it start connecting you all with each other as with your hearts and minds. So I think that's what builds the connect, and you get an opportunity to share your projects, share your thoughts. And I even remember when Mati was initiating, we even took him on calls on some of our projects last year. So it was always nice, always great to have the support from the Rotary Club of Global Impact. So to this point, Pauline, and thanks for reaching out last week. And it was a quick conversation with us, and where we thought that okay, how and what I can cover. So this topic was close to an heart in the way that yes, it's all about Rotary, the way it is connecting us across all of us on the global platform, different parts of the world, different time zones, but we still echo the same feeling, which is all about service, all about giving the service to our community. So I'll share some quick videos which will where I've tried showing what this community service on the Rotary platform can create as a magic. And definitely then I'll be open for Q&A and share some pictures towards the end. But initially, I'll first like to share some videos. Is the screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay. I will do the conversion, I'll do the translation later. This because this will have a local language, but at least the visual and the video will be quite clear to show what the project has been all about. So you can see that he was not having a hand. It's an artificial limb that has been planted. So the whole idea was that how effective it is. They can eat food, they can drink water, they can take bath. Because when you are amputated, you have to be dependent on everyone. If a person is not there to take care of you, to give you food, and when we look at these segment of the people, they are like homeless people. They are the below the line people, below the poverty line people. And Istyak and Shankar will correlate largely because they are from this part of the world. Even Ritu will understand. But uh, these are the people who cannot even afford. And when we look at the cost of such project, it's like more than $1,500 for one limb. So you can see that he's eating food by himself now. So like this is the person whom we have treated as a trainer himself because he's the one who has been experiencing because he was not having a right hand. This guy was not having a left hand. We have given them these artificial limbs. So this is what we call it as the magic. Now he can do everything. He's not dependent on anyone. Because when you talk about such families, which is beyond the cities, there is no one for them to take care of. There is no one them to feed them, no one to take care of their work and anything. So these were certain things which we felt was very, very impactful, very, very different, bringing the reality of the life, bringing them a new life, bringing them a new hope, giving them a hope that yes, they need not to be dependent on anyone else, and they can do their stuff by themselves. One more video which I'll share. So, like Pauline, as we were talking about, the window is closed. One second, let me open the window. Have I closed the window? The window got closed. Yeah, this one. So she's the mother of a girl child. This is a vocational training center which our club has funded, and this project was called Sara. So the previous president, we are giving the course for beauty courses, beautician courses to these girls. We have given them the courses for stitching. We have given them the courses for education and library. I'll show you the pictures later. I quickly want to run through the videos first and then give you the whole context. So these are their mothers who are talking in the local language, which is Hindi, and they're feeling proud that how their girls have been educated. I'll show you the pictures after this video. So these are their kids. These are the girls who have been felicitated. So this was whole project which was funded by us as a vocational course. If we look at the previous project, that was close to something around 47 to $48,000. This project was something close to around 18 to $19,000. And then we created another I would say, I'll share one more quick video. We created this mobile dental bus. After the mobile dental, we created a mobile blood connection van. Rather, it's a full bus. It's a full, like a Volvo coach or a Mercedes coach. So this overall project was close to around $56,000, which we got it executed. And this is like a camp which is being done by the interactors and the rotractors. So I'm sharing you the live video at a location where it is being done at a marketplace, or it is being done outside a industrial complex, or outside a place where people would willingly come and donate their blood for the below the poverty line when they come. So now you could see the internal view, that how the camp is being regularly carried out. Peoples are being coached. They is a complete cycle and a process that we carry. And last year, like this year, when we will be ending, we will be collecting almost close to around 19,000 units of blood. So to below the poverty line, we give them there is a subsidy which has been embarked by the government. So we give them free also. To a certain segment in the society, we give them at a 30% discount. We give them at a 50% discount. So these are certain flagship projects which we've been doing. And I'll share one quick more. This is the project where we contributed for the visually impaired people. We have given them the equipments where they can, through the technology, which is a braille technology, where they can even feel, and then they can read out the written text, because they are blind, they cannot see. They cannot see a movie. But when you see this video, there is a machine. So I was actually making a video. If you see the video, I will show you that there is a machine which converts all the transcript into the language for the blind people. See, this is the machine. If I stop here, this is the machine which, one second, I'll show it again, which translates every, so you can see the paper right on the side of the laptop, which gets scanned, which comes on the laptop screen, and which gets translated through this machine. So when he's rubbing his fingers with these sign language for the blind people, he can actually read out what is written on the paper. Otherwise, he cannot see. So that's a braille display. That's called text to speech. So text gets converted into the speech. They can hear that, and they can even feel with their fingers. So what he's saying is, so like in this side of the people will understand there, because they all speak in Hindi, local language. They are able to read out those texts. So it gets converted into the OCR recording. So it's processing the page with the screen reader. You can see the real-time demo. So we supported them with these kind of machines, which can help them to read and feel and what is written on the paper. So we are making the library for the blind people also. That's our next following project. So we believe that as Rotary talks about wheel, uh, it is all about the continuity. Sorry, 1 second. The video is still playing at the back. Looks like 1 second. Yeah, I'll just close it. I'll come to the pictures quickly. But I just keeping the interest of time. Like I have 10 minutes, so I was quickly running through the videos. But the idea of showing these projects and videos was, so Shankar, we do a lot of these projects in our club from the Noida, which is part of Delhi. And Ritu, when we were talking about that you were to be here in the country. So in our district, Pauline, which is a 3012, we do these projects, which is largely our projects are more impactful and trying to bring value from a life perspective. So we have picked up segments like health, hygiene, women, education. So these are our continuity projects where we are running a blood bank. We have around now, this was our third bus that we have done this year. And we have one mobile dental clinic bus which runs across rural belt for doing the dental hygiene checks for kids and students. Then when we look at the education segment, so the video which I showed you as a clipping, where the parents were talking about, I'll now show you some pictures about those projects. So you will have a fair idea. And I'll quickly run through so that in the interest of time, I'll keep it quick and short. Just 1 second. One second, I'm just opening the windows all at one place. Yeah, 1 second. Let me now share the screen. Yes. Can you see the pictures now?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
So these are the girls. These are the girls who have been felicitated and their parents were talking about. So these are the girls who have been given the certificate by Rotary. And we have done that in participation with Lakme. So Lakme is like a Hindustan Levers brand. So idea was that they were given the beautician courses. They can run their own parlors in the time to come. Then eventually they will be given certain subsidies by us. So our whole idea was how do we create a vocational trainings and courses. When we were talking, sharing the pictures about limbs, this is how the real activities happen, where people come like this, we do their trials. So the camp is done for 2 days. We check, we do all the validities, we check all the certifications, medical know-how, all their history. So you see the pictures, like this is before, I'll show you his after picture. So these have been the people who have been coming like this. And when they, this project and locally we call them Udan, is like giving them the wings to fly, because these are the people when they have a leg, they're just on one hand or one leg, we give them that wings and the power to fly. So in Hindi we call that as Udan. So he was like before, and this is the picture after. So you can see that LN4. So this is the LN4 that we are giving them. This is the real picture. So we do all the audits, like how he has been before and how it has been after, because all our documentation is like from a SOX compliance perspective. This was an initiative was for purely the cervical cancer for the girl child. So all these initiatives. So this Udan we are doing again in the next week, in the next month, this last month as a presidentship, we want to do it twice. You actually see that how these people, kids, small, elder people, they are being really benefited. The girls whom you see, the parents were talking about. So this is a real library where we have tied up with HP. So we have done in collaboration, given them the desktops. We are training them on the multimedia courses. We're training them on the designing courses. So one of these pictures is like a little girl. She's now walking with a limb. So this is where we actually feel that we are able to help people bring the change in their life. So these are the places which is being maintained by Rotary as a club, and we are looking for partners. We keep on moving time to time. We keep on taking projects. This is a place which is for the college, I would say the grade 12 kids. We installed water, which is like a regular project, as giving them the clean water and the hygiene water. So it's like among the third and the fourth category of the projects that we do. And that's where we feel that, yes, how we can create benefit for them, how we can bring them the mileage, how we can bring them the smile on their face, and how we can actually so like when you look at these girls, their parents, they are staying say 20 and 30 miles from the city. They are not even allowed to come to college and the school. So as we were talking, Pauline, when we were talking about women equality, all the gender, everything is good when we're talking in the city. The moment you are 30 kilometers 40 miles away from the main city, the situations are different. In one of the project, we have given donated around 100 cycles, the bicycle, for that girls to come to the colleges. So I think these are certain projects where I thought that that's the magic of Rotary, and that's where service and leadership all plays a role. And when we initiate such projects, yes, we look at partners. We, as of now, largely all these projects have been done by our own club, by ourselves. The members contribute because we are the complete major donor club. All the members are the level 1 major donor. So we were the first club 7 years back. We were the first club in the world to be the fully major donor club. Now there are 2 more clubs following us. So yes, but when you work on the Rotary service, nothing happens without contributing. And I would say that the members of our club, as Rotary Club of Noida, have a very warm and open heart, and they're quite kind-hearted. They really take out time. They really shell out their finances from their personal expenses, from the CSR funds, to run these projects. And the beauty of these projects from our side is that largely all of these are projects that I've shown you in this short time. They are continuity projects, means we are doing every year now. It's not that we have done once, like the president changes, like if it was Marty, now it's Pauline, now it will be Patty, but we still keep on doing. So the members come, they contribute, they join hands, and we firmly believe in the whole essence of continuity and the Rotary wheel. So that is where I thought to bring this point of service and leadership, because usually what happens is when the leadership changes, they all try to bring their new projects. And that's what happens everywhere, which is fine. But along with that, we are trying to maintain that thin line of essence, which is very, very important, that how Rotary plays the most important role. And that is the magic of Rotary, that how you maintain those continuities and how you can really bring the change. Because today what happens is there are people who are already volunteering and coming to our blood bank and putting their applications that next is when you are doing a camp for blood donation, next when you are doing the camp for limbs, because everything is free for them, it's all subsidized. So all these projects put together in a year, if I take out 1 or 2 years, average contribution from our club on the TRF and all these projects is always more than $200,000 to $300,000. So that's the kind of the magnitude of the projects we do. We try to deliver on the ground, and we try to bring the change. And the best part is that we are like one unified team, and every president supports the previous one, and every president supports the incoming president. So that's the beauty, and that's where we really feel proud of our club as Rotary Club of Noida, which is a part of 3012. And that's where when I joined as a honorary member to the Rotary Club of Global Impact, the idea was that, yes, we are still open and we would love to join hands on any projects, any initiatives collectively, which can be really impactful on bringing the change on the ground. So I'll keep it short, though I know I would have extended some time, but I still try to keep it short and quick. So open for any questions and anything.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Manu. That is amazing, the projects you're doing. And for me, what strikes me is so good that your club is there and you're an honorary member with us. And that holds hands across different clubs. So anybody got a question or comment who'd like to put their hand up?
I'll go. Thank you, Manu. First of all, Manu, thank you.
Thanks,
Always an honor. Always an honor that you're an honorary member. Because you're busy with your club. So the fact that you make time for our club for the greater of good, that's awesome. So I do have a question, because we definitely want to learn from your club. And what was the most successful way that you, for lack of better words, market this project? Was it word of mouth? Was it local libraries? Was it school? Was it social? Was it mail? I really would love to know what you thought was the best form of that. Thank you.
Perfect. So all of these 3 projects, I will go back 3 years back, because when we started the first edition, we were very, very cautious because we want to really help people. Because when you help people below the poverty line, you have to ensure all your compliances and everything. So we went through the right channel, through the hospitals, through the local people, and then we went to the local NGOs where we identified ourselves. We went on ground and identified the people who actually needed these kind of supports. And then we made them as an evangelist. So in one of the video where you see a person who is helping the other person with the limb, he is himself giving the demos. So you can see that how expertise he has built up. So he is now a brand evangelist, or he's like a brand ambassador. He tell people that trust this Rotary Club. They are very genuine. If you try, because see what happens is people take it for free. Earlier we used to give wheelchairs. We have stopped giving that, because what happens is there are a strata of society, like when we have homeless and other people, they go and sell out in the need of their dire needs of medicine and other things. So we are trying to get into those projects which they can't take off from the body, which they can't sell it off, and it is for their betterment. We are trying to give them more dependency. So to your point, we first identified the local authorities, then we promoted through the local medical departments, and then we do the vetting through the local hospitals also. So when we do blood camps and everything, and when we give blood, we ask them to get a form filled by the hospital doctor. Now it is not easy to get a form filled by a hospital and a doctor. See, if anyone has a bad intention, you can't take care of it. But the more hygienes you keep it, at least you are trying to mitigate the possible risk and mitigate the misuse of it. So over the period of time, the first year, when we did this limb project, we just had 94 people, and that too was for leg. Hand, it was 0. Second year, we moved on. For the leg, when we were doing, we touched 150, and for hand, it was close to 100. This year, now when we are doing it, leg has gone to around 100 and hand has gone to 250, which even added to our cost, because the LN4, which is a multifunctional hand and is very light, it's even less than 1 kg. It is less than 1 kg. It's like 750 grams. So it is not like a weight. So it's adding to our cost of the project. That's okay. People are contributing. People are coming with their warm-hearted and kind-hearted things. But the idea is that we are helping people. And now when you see, we are taking the pictures before and after. And when we culminate the event, we even call the media also. So we are trying and bring that authenticity in the execution of the project so that people cannot misuse it. And yes, we have learned by our mistakes, first year, second year, and third year. So now we do pamphlets, we do leaflet distributions, we use social media, we create a publicity with a helpline number. Now we have started doing a 1 month in advance. Earlier, like we were going ourselves, finding people. Now when we see the rush coming in, we have created a helpline number where we start getting calls a month before. So I think it's the collective effort of all our members of our Rotary Club together that everyone spreads it out, everyone even pass it on in their own industries. Like some of people as a member, they are running their industries. So they pass it on to their workers. In that worker community, they pass it on down to their fellow colleagues. And that's how we try to drive traffic.
That's fantastic. Ritu.
Ritu has something.
Ritu?
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Manu. This was an excellent insights into the projects that your club has taken. I apologize for not being able to meet you while I was on my trip in Noida earlier this Feb. But I did had a very, fortunate opportunity to be on conference with club District 30211. I was really impressed to see the level of the commitment from the district clubs. There were, I believe, 40 clubs under the district and 7,000 members. The commitment of the funds raised and social projects. So it really opened up my thought process here. So as we, the Rotary Club of Global Impact, we are small club, big hearts. We're global into to our reach. So for I want to understand how can we help or support projects that they're already being successful and there's already a downforce in place. So as we come in, we don't have a local club or a ground force, right? So I'm trying to put together my words in a way that, okay, we come in, if, whatever the areas of interest of members would be, how do we support a club, the Rotary Club, or fellow club members who have taken projects and they have been successful?
See, I tell you how it happens is because we have some partner clubs, or even when I was in this district conference and you meet people across. So there are a lot of clubs coming out of US who have an Indian origin, correct? So when they come up with the Indian origin, they have some of their old connects with the Indian mindset as a family background. So they try to connect one from an emotional support perspective. They even try to connect, as what Pauline said, in terms of spreading through social medias and other platforms. Some people even volunteer and they support in terms of the financial aids also. Correct. So it is all about that how well we can spread. So I'll give you one example to it. In year 20, that was the year when I was the secretary, and it was all pandemic, COVID. There was no, we were running the food for all the parents. Trust me, when I advertised on my social media, falling to your point, kids and families staying in Canada, like as you are in US, Noida, a lot of people from Noida, Delhi, their families are in outside, primarily in US, Canada, Singapore. They were calling me that please get the food to our parents. Parents were not able to access social media, Facebook. But kids who were staying in US, they were asking us and saying and telling me that, oh, I'll do the Paytm for you, I'll pay you, because we were giving it as a subsidized price of less than $1. So what I'm trying to say is that there are ways and means. What I firmly believe is, and my request would be that whatever we pick up, it should be a continuity. It should not be a one-off transaction. Because if you do a one-off transaction, we will lose interest. Because see, what happens is everyone has their own different passion. Everyone has their own way of looking through that lens. You might be looking through a different lens. Patty should be looking at a different lens. I will be looking from a different lens. As Rotary Club of Global Impact, because now we are working on projects on water and environment. Next year, as I'm like a part of the district team, as I was telling Pauline, that we are planning something for Calgary. So we are doing a lot of initiatives are there. We are trying to open a vocational university. So it's not about contribution has to be in 5 figures or 4 figures. It can be in any form. But only one request is that if Rotary Club of Global Impact join hands with us, it should go long. It will bring benefit to you as well as to us and everyone. Now that execution could be any. It could be through social media. It could be through spreading the word of mouth. You people also have your wider connections, wider network. And that's where we can join hands. But the whole idea is we maintain continuity. Otherwise, if we will do transactional projects, we will lose impact. Trust me, because see, you are not on ground. If you're not on ground, it's a far off project. Sometime it will be of interest to you, sometime it will not be of interest. It's not that your intention is not right. Your intention is right, but you're not there physically. So you lose interest. That's what I have experienced.
I think definitely we could share stories on social media and work towards an article into the Rotary.
Yeah, we can work on those lines, something like Rotary News, Rotary Public Image. We can draft those articles in conjunction together. A lot of these things can be done in a way where it can be mutually beneficial. Everyone comes with the right intent of expanding and contributing through their reach. And it's a mutual win-win situation.
Absolutely. So maybe we can work on putting these stories together, Patty, and we would take that into you're attached with the Rotary International Magazine. Maybe we can create a story around how when you're honorary member and your local member, that's the benefit of bringing these things together, because we've got more power across the world. And for me, it's really interesting because being outside of the district a long way, as opposed to you guys who are on the East Coast, is how do we get on the ground, and maybe on the ground as being an emissary, an ambassador for the stories. Would you agree, Patty? Yeah.
Yes,
And
I'm writing it down. I'm loving it. I'm loving the idea.
Because in fact, I joined Rotary in Manila with our friend Maria Rosa being carry-on. And I said to her at the time, how do I be a member of Rotary in Manila when I live in Las Vegas? And now, of course, I came into this club through Marty, and I realized, a lot of my work, which is global, is all about connections. And that's where it's really important to maximize our connections and make something of them. So that's something we definitely work on. And I want to really thank you for amazing insights into what is happening in your local club. This is absolutely fantastic. And it's definitely a bit of magic. And I love what Agatha has written on the chat. I don't know whether you can all see that. The mission serving others is bringing the change to others' lives, giving the wings to fly to people in the needs, making an impact in the world, giving the wings to others. It's kind of magic. One dream, one soul, one prize, one goal, one golden chance of what should be. It's a kind of magic. Love that. And I think that's what I feel is so important, is that we got to take this magic and help us get carried away a bit more. Thank you, Manu. Thank you for being an honorary member with us and for bringing these insights. And let's have a take look. I'm going to do a very quick share. I'm not sure what I will do actually. I wanted to just share a little bit about the insights of life is a magical journey. So as you know, I love magic. And I think the magic for me is having adventures. So I think the adventure we have here is, I like Marty is taking an adventure by traveling around the USA. My adventure has brought me from the UK to live in America. And I just wanted to share, I'm going to just share a couple of slides. I won't show them all because it'll take too long, but I wanted just to give you a little insight. If I can work out this, where is it? No, technology always gets in my way. This is my favorite idea, and I hope those of you who are younger than me will appreciate this. I do think that we could all take an adventure. The world is getting in quite a stuck place at the moment. So I don't mind when you started, but I started very early in my life. This is me at 13, looking out. I don't know where that aeroplane was, but I really thought of the adventure ahead. I was very blessed to live in a very happy family life. There's my brothers and sisters. You see me at age 16, I think. And I was very naive. I didn't know what the world was about, except that I knew it was exciting out there. And for me, it's all about people, harmony, and conversations. So those of you who know me, that's why I always love it when you're on screen in this meeting, because I love to see your face. I love to see your smile. And that was me when I was working in London when I was, whatever it was, I was a long time ago. And I had a first part of my life with having a family. Those are my kids and my first husband. And it's important to remember the new generations, whether we have children or grandchildren or not, we are surrounded by nieces and nephews and young generations. We know that that is the future. And they grow up really quickly. Mine are now in their 40s, 45 and 47 this summer. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. And I miss them terribly. They're thousands of miles away. But for me, the Rotary is now my family as well. So I really appreciate all of you. And I just want to think of a couple of ways of inspiring you is remember everything you read, everything you listen to, everything you watch, and everything you think is part of your wisdom. And on occasion, things look a bit stuck. There are choices to be made, crossroads to cross, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So I believe in perseverance and passion and patience and perspective, and people matter, you matter, and all of you matter to me. I sometimes feel a bit lonely out here in Las Vegas, but now we have Kay Doxley, who's a member of our club, and she is a Rotarian here in Las Vegas, who I met when I went to but I did have a couple of very big adventures, which is in 2006, I walked up a mountain. I didn't mean to. That might sound strange, but I did it by accident. Somebody asked me and I went. But I think it's important always to stretch ourselves physically. When I came down from this mountain, from 4,200 meters. I said to myself, I'll never do another mountain. And then 6 months later, I walked up this mountain. And that was because it was for a women's leadership challenge. And I wanted to do things for women, but for women and men. And that's my passion now. And I believe you can. If you believe you can, you're halfway there. I think I'm beyond halfway in my life, but I'm in my last quarter of my life now that I've reached 75. And I do see that the world is in a bit of a mess. I actually changed my life because I met Jim in Budapest, who is an American, and I ended up coming to America. And that's why I'm with you. So everything happens for a reason. But we did actually go to Malaysia for 4 years. And the big lesson I learned there is that people are people. Everywhere in the world, there are men and women wanting a healthy, happy, wholesome, harmonious life. And I learned a lot about difference there, that when you look from the world from Kuala Lumpur, the world is different to the one you see from Las Vegas or London, England. But the world is unified. It's all one piece. And here was me, I was interviewing I interview my colleagues, and this lovely little girl, Rachel, who's now 40, was my colleague, and she suffered a very debilitating illness, as you can see, but she was the most amazing, courageous woman I have ever met. And then I got on the stage, and that's the big adventure of my life. I've been on lots of stages, far more than I'm showing here, but I want to go out on more stages. I want to be an emissary. And so when I pass the baton over to you, Patty, as past president, I want to be out there more often on stages, as in with Manu, with other parts of the world, because I feel very, very strongly that we do need a new perspective. So I just want to show you one thing that you may not know about me. I have a tattoo, a very, very tiny tattoo, but I did do it. It's on my stomach, but it's a little North Star. And my daughter persuaded me that it was a bold step for a grandma, so I did it. So I want to ask you what bold steps you're going to take in your life. And also it's about having fun. So here I am having fun with my old man, Jim, on a Halloween sometime. So my other adventure, of course, is being in Rotary. And this is my picture with Gordon McAnally. I met when we were at PETS training in Los Angeles. And that was really, really fun. And I think the whole adventure of Rotary is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I want to support everything I can for you, Patty, when you're president, and make sure that we connect the dots around the world. And I'm hoping that I can get Bing to come into our live broadcast on our New Year party. Fingers crossed. I'm still trying to get hold of her. So for me, my passion is my work. And I do have 2 books now, because one is in French, Le Pouvoir de Harmonie Authentique. And I don't speak French, so I apologize to any French person listening. But I do want to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony, to live in perfect harmony. So anything we can do to help that and spread the word. And here's my last image for you. Can you make sure you balance your life and make sure you look after your health and all the issues around you while you're caring for people, but to be brave and bold and big? Thank you. And I want to thank Megan for turning up here. You gave me a lovely compliment on WhatsApp the other day, and you know what you said, and I appreciate it. I love people, I love conversations, and I love our founder president, Marty, who is in California.
Yeah, I'm in Hollywood right now. I'm at the
Woo!
Metropolis.
Tell us about your trip. What are you up to?
So the big thing here is to share, what we're doing worldwide. And just like Ritu, going to India to speak for the Rotary Club of Global Impact, I think it's awesome. I'm doing the same thing here in Los Angeles. I'm a guest speaker this Friday. And I think that's, really cool stuff that people in our club get a chance to do. If you're traveling, if you're driving, if you're vacationing, you want to make sure that you're contacting the Rotary Club where you're going. And you may find out, like Katerina told me one night, she was in Italy. They're having a massive banquet here at the hotel, Rotary International Banquet. And so those are the opportunities. You just look up the city, you start looking at the clubs that are there, and you contact those clubs. And this is the 5th club ever formed in Rotary's history, world history, right here in Los Angeles. So I'm actually here in Hollywood and super psyched out. There's going to be a scholarship donation in my name on Friday with this club, and I'm also donating to the club. So I highly recommend that when you contact the club, you know, tell them that you plan on making a donation and you're paying for your own lunch. So I always have 2 more people with me, you know, and I'm always mentioning to them, I will be paying for all of my lunches. I'm not looking for free meals. I will be making a donation to the club. I usually donate $100 every club. You could donate $10, but you know, when you start calling and you're looking for free lunches and you're not making a donation and you've really got nothing planned because you're not really thought about what your speech would be. I thought Manu's speech today was excellent. It makes a difference. So you know, this is how I recommend approaching the world. And we'll be in New York, of course, June 30th for Rotary's New Year's Eve party. That's going to be fun. Come join us in New York if you want to. We're going to be at the famous Bloom Irish American Tavern. It's going to be super exciting. And that is the report from the streets today. Guys, we're out here on the streets with Rotary Club of Global Impact. If we are not driving around handing out sleeping bags from Doris Elaine Smar or blessings bags with food in tent cities and shelters, then we are out here giving the report live from the street nationwide. Made it from San Francisco last night, no problem, and headed out to Vegas here very soon. This is your able-bodied reporter, Marty Mangello from Rotary Club of Global Impact, reporting to you live from Hollywood on the streets. And Megan, I expect to see you tonight at Wolfgang Puck's The Cut. We're having the dinner tonight at 6 p.m.
That's why I'm sitting here thinking, you're like probably 20 minutes away from me.
Yeah, come on out to The Cut at 6 p.m. We're going to have the guy there from Avatar, the movie, CJ Jones.
Text me the info. Text me the info. I got 2 shows this afternoon. But when I'm done, I can come. Text me the info.
Okay, I'll do it. It's
Okay.
awesome.
We want to see the photo opportunity of you 2 together.
Yeah, I'm here all week, so we got time if she can't make tonight's dinner, but she knows I love her. She's welcome. And Ashkan Tabibnia, we're going to drag him into this club also.
All right, just text me the info. Tonight's my night. I can come.
And
okay, cool.
And Marty, we're going to do a live show on the 4th of June.
Yes, we're doing a live show from Las Vegas on
Las
the 4th
Vegas.
of June. It's going to be princesses or presidents, your choice, kicking the glass ceiling. So that's going to be an exciting show. And we're going to have at least the 2 lady presidents on, but we might get Patty, we might get Ritu. How many lady presidents we can get on? At least 4.
Yes. So you're going to decide whether, what was it, a princess or a what?
I'm going with both. Like, you can be a princess, you can be a president, you can kick this glass ceiling and teach the world what women have to deliver. And I just saw the other day a whole flight of female pilots flew around the world. It was amazing. A whole entire female flight crew, all female pilots, made history. It's just amazing. It's great things too for our daughter to see.
Yes.
Very important. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And maybe Brittany, you'll be able to pop in, or Agata or Quante. So we'll put a notice out about the June when we're going to do it. Yeah, Marty, we'll talk about that later.
Yes, graphics and all that stuff with StreamYard and worldwide broadcast is coming this week.
Okay, Quanta, you've got a question.
Actually, I will be gone to Kenosha, Wisconsin for a convention for Braver Angels of America. So I'll be gone from June 22nd through July 1st. I won't be able to attend anything because I'm in training, building alliance with Braver Angels and some other programs. And I will be hopefully visiting the Kenosha, Wisconsin Rotary Club. They meet on Thursday for lunch. So I'll let you guys know how everything develops.
Thank you, Quanta, for letting us know. That's really good. Okay, well, we'll get that organized for June. So just coming in towards the end of the meeting now, I just wanted to hand over to Shankar, because we were talking about various things. Shankar, do you give an update on our ideas for Passion Project Buddies and awards? We're working on this, aren't we, Shankar?
Thank you. Thank you, Pauline. And just wanted to also add that this RCOGI has been a great gift to me. I've been so far away and I got introduced to it. Marty Mangello, he introduced me, and I just wanted to say that I read a book long back called Mega Trends, and it said the world is going to be high tech, high touch. And it couldn't be further from the truth when Manu said about really being part of the on the ground projects. And I also see the hybrid model is so powerful that without this, we could not have met, all of us currently talking to each other. So what I want to do is I've been talking with Pauline and the interesting projects that came through all year round with leaders with their passion projects. My request is that I will, of course, reach out through the email and see who are the ones who introduce the passion projects and frame it up in a way that we can have buddies created where members can actually say, yes, I like this project. I can resonate with it. And I'm looking in the same direction. So what happens is we can co-create it as a kind of a third force for the ones who introduced this, aligning with what Manu said, that once a project is introduced, we need to be able to have a continuum, something that we can ongoingly nurture, grow it, and really create an impact by the original leader who brought it up. Because it's an idea whose time has come, but we are all listening to it and we are equally responsible to take these things forward. It's not somebody else's project, each one of it, provided, of course, we can resonate. So my point is, we will create it. I'm here to, bring in that slant and add the online resources possible. I might turn to STAC for some support, but all said and done, once the buddy begins to kind of interact in the space of the RCOGI, I'm looking at these projects actually come together in the real world. So expect a mail from me to all the project leaders and then go back and forth and really create it. Yes,
absolutely. That's fantastic. And Brittany was one of our passion buddies, and Megan, you as well. And so anybody who did present and has a really very conscious project out there, whether you can buddy up or we can support or we get the stories out there, what we want to do is, especially as we go into our next Rotary year with Patty, we want to get these stories coming out and people saying, hey, is that Rotary Club a global impact? They keep on doing things. So we need your support, Megan and Brittany.
Yeah, no, mine's working. I'll give you the update, Pauline. Mine's working.
Good. And because we only meet twice a month, that doesn't have to preclude us meetings other times with special meetings. So Shankar, I'm going to give you permission to call those meetings if we need, just remembering time zones, and really dig deep down. And as we learn more about your projects, Manu, that we make sure that our social media reflects those. We don't get so many people writing on our LinkedIn page. So maybe, I know Isiak writes there, I do occasionally, but maybe we could do it more so. And also, I don't know what's happened with the Facebook page, Isiak, whether that is current and flourishing, but maybe, Isiak, you can take a lead on that as well, where we see all these amazing stories.
Sure.
Is the Facebook page working?
I have no idea because I've not been using it.
Oh.
But I'll check it out. No worries.
Okay.
It's limited. It's limited, so we could comment on it. It's still there, and it's saying that I'm an admin. However, every time I go to post, so it like pretends it's gonna let me post, and then when I go hit post, I get a kickback saying you cannot post. This is Meta is saying that it's not an authorized verified club. That's what the problem keeps kicking me back saying. So we got to figure that out.
We've got to figure that out, but also with the LinkedIn Rotary page, and maybe anytime you post a story locally, Manu, you could send it over to us and put it on the Rotary Club of Global Impact.
Sure.
So any of you who have a story that's not even directly about the club, but that you want to post out there, say, you know, I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Global Impact, and this is what I'm doing. So Brittany, Megan, Ritu, Agatha, Quanta, all of us, you know, if we can write our stories, the more attention we can get, the more influence we can get, maybe the more money we can get as well for projects. So let's try
to write them. Do you want us to write them on the LinkedIn page or send them to you, Pauline?
Well, you can post them direct on the LinkedIn page for the Rotary. Do you know where the Rotary Club of Global Impact LinkedIn page is?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. So we just had a problem with the Facebook one. I don't know. So let's try and get some stories out on there. And if you get any problems, go to Isiak, because he's the
I'll figure it out. I'm not sure what's going on with that as well. You know, me and Patty seem to be facing the same issues, but you know, we'll figure something out.
Okay.
And Pauline, also for the last 3 meetings, I believe, I've posted a newsletter on the Rotary Club of Global Impact on LinkedIn. So you can at least engage with that newsletter, share that newsletter. Go look for the newsletter. It's basically just like I'm pasting, copying, and Istiak, I tagged you as the writer. You know, with all due respect, because I pasted and copied what you have on our website. And then at the end, on meetings like today, I wrote, you know, join us here, and it brings them to the application page. And we could build on that. You know, I feel like baby steps. I know Marty has shared other techniques that were a little out of my scope. And to be honest, I just wasn't into getting so deep in. I just feel like, let me get comfortable doing it, getting practice, and just conditioning myself to get comfortable with that. So little by little, but definitely I recommend to just share the page out. That's already helping the club.
Actually, and as Isiak said, use Charlie, ChatGPT. I call him Charlie just for sake of personality. Couple of points. June the 11th, which is our next meeting, is the 50-50 draw. So if you haven't bought your ticket for 50-50 draw, please buy a ticket. You could win half of the pot. We will go live with that on June the 11th. And we also have an amazing event on June the 30th, which is, as Marty alluded to, is live in Bloom's Tavern in New York City. Love to be there. If anybody wants to sponsor my flight, I'll come, but I will be there online. And I'm aiming to get Bing to come in at that. And I'll talk with Shankar about the other people we can put in, but put it in your diary. It's around, the live bit will be around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that right? So you have to work out where it is in your time zone. But as Marty always said, you know, you can get up any time of the night, the day, and be there. That would be good. I will be there. It'll be 3 o'clock in my afternoon. So there's New Year's Eve, there's 50-50. There's also the live show on June the 4th, which we'll post out to you when Marty and I have spoken about that. Kay's back from her travels. And Shankar is going to work with me on the awards. So we will get back to you that either through Pmail or on WhatsApp or Signal or whatever it is whatever medium you're on. And the last thing, and I hate to say this, but Rotary Jews are due. So Rotary Jews are going to be coming out to you. And Megan, I would really like you to come back as a full member. And the Rotary Jews invoices will go out on June the 2nd. Oh, is that right, Patty? Yeah, and we have to get them paid in before the end of June because of the accounting system with Rotary International, because the new year starts on July the 1st. And so the subs are for 6 months from July the 1st to December the 31st, but they need to be paid and in the account and reconciled before the end of June. Otherwise, we get hauled up by Rotary International. So when you get your invoice on June the 2nd, it needs to be paid by June the 20th. And that will be very gratefully received, but we will be calling you if it's not in on time. So I think for now, unless there are any other comments, I want to say a fantastic thanks to Manu for coming and sharing what's going on in your country. And I'm so delighted. I love the technology helping the blind to see. That really strikes me at the heart. It's just fantastic. As I'm deaf and I have to have hearing aids, I know what it's like to have some kind of impairment that restricts you. When I take my hearing aids out, I can't hear anything. So it's really important that we use technology and that we really support everybody so that we can communicate and be together. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share your stories on the Rotary Club LinkedIn page and to us, and we'll try and spread the word further.
Sure.
And Patty's just posted up a couple of links there, so make sure you save the chat and the New York tickets. If you're going to come in online on stream, then make sure you let us know that you'll be available. Patty, last comment.
Yeah, and I just want to remind everybody that if you go to the Rotary Club of Global Impact, you go to the menu, and then you're going to see the first bracket of welcome and love. And at the bottom of all those things, you're going to see buy 50/50 tickets or New Year's party. The same links I just posted here. But let's say you want to tell a friend or you want to share it on your social, which would really be wonderful for the 50/50 because that's a no-brainer. Just again, go to the Rotary Club of Global Impact. Go to welcome and love on your menu and you look all the way down and you're going to see it right there in black and white. Buy a 50/50 ticket and your New Year's party. Thank you.
Fantastic. And this recording will be posted up on the Rotary Club of Global Impact YouTube channel. So please make sure that if you want to see this again and to hear the news again or send out to other people who may come and join us, let's make sure that we increase our membership over the next year. I know that Patty will be doing so, and I'm going to be there supporting you as past president. I'm going to look forward to that role. I'll put my queen helmet on, crown on. Or am I a queen or a princess? There you are. That's a challenge. So thank you all for being here, and take care and be safe and have fun. That's the main thing. Have an adventure, have fun, have magic. Thank you.
Sylvia. Thank you.
Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.